Create custom game, invites only. Sweet. This has been a pain. Your channel. See if I can get this one done quick. Settings, save for load settings. Track select. Japan. Weekend structure. Qualifying off. Custom grid editor. Yeah, I'll leave that for now. Wait for everyone else to join in. Set spectator so I don't mix anything up. Right, right, what am I doing? Sort the stream out while everyone else is joining. YouTube Studio. This is chaos. Details. What's it say, Monza? What? Ah. It's not even the stream, that's why, that makes sense. Okay. T2, no. Show more. Ah, fantastic. Alright, yeah, we'll leave it as that. There's 12 people in here. There wasn't 12 people in here before. How was Mitch in here? Is Mitch joining me for comms, or...? I'm very confused. Right, okay. I don't know why Mitch is here, but Mitch is here. Grid editor. Wait. Right. So I need to go to lives, tier 2 Japan. No, I need to watch that, mate, so I could see what the fucking grid was. Right. Oh, where is it? It's here somewhere. Content, live. There. That. Show me. Come on. That is what I need. Right, so James Nee, yeah, then it's King James. King James, then it's Team Red. Team Red, then it's Hawkpie. Hawkpie, Gentorino. Sedan. CTM, Drunk Pilot. Truck Fireman was last. Mosh was 10th. Kevin Budd, Drunk Pilot. Right, that's the grid. Confirm changes. Let me find out what Mitch is doing first, because I'm confused. Let's find out. Let's find out what he's doing, because I'm confused. What's Mitch doing? I'll give it a minute. I'm not sure what he's doing, so I'll leave him there and hope he doesn't move. Right, we will be underway shortly. Sorry about this issue we've had, but we will be finally underway. If you're in live control room, let's see what you guys are saying. Or not saying, who knows?
Formation lap gets underway and
You know if it's a new formation lap glitch, and it does it again, I'm gonna be fuming.
Once the lights go out.
Because that will really top my day off.
We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Let's see what happens. It should start this time though, hopefully. We always get glitches like this, right? So we'll see what happens. Come on. Right, saving game. So there we go. So we got some lights. We got the 5 red lights. And away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix in Tier 2. It looks like James got a very slow start, but King James immediately jumps him at the start into Turn 1, and that's James Nade down in position. Team Red manages to keep P1. After we got sent back in, he's going to be happy he's back in as Hawkeye keeps that position. Truck Fireman up to 8th, and we got an incident at the back of the grid. There's Kevin Budd, who is around. He has spun. It's not a safety car though. As we got Hawkeye right on the back of Team Red, trying to get this retired. What? That is a safety car on lap 1. Let's have a look at that retirement. He has hit the wall, so it wasn't intentional. But that is a lap 1 safety car. And Marsh gaining 2 positions from that restart. He's going to be loving that. Let's get some details up while I can. So King James currently with the lead of the race had a second gap before this safety car came out, and now this safety car is it a VSC? Because it doesn't actually say, and there's no safety car on track. By the way King James slowed down, I'm assuming that just said safety car is ending. It is a VSC. Thank God we've got boards around the track that says what's what. Otherwise I would have known. But Kevin Budd with a drive-through for speeding under the VSC. That's not a great start. It's not the start he's going to want. Mosh opted for the soft tyres. Interesting to see, as they can only last about 6 laps. And then they start to die out, and 2 laps later you get a puncture. But King James with the fastest lap of the race so far. Obviously it's only lap 2, so this lap should be a lot faster depending on whether another VSC comes out or not. But as you can see, I think James is happy with his position. Hawkeye desperately trying to get past Team Red. But Team Red just hanging in as Team Red's lost it and is around. And that's left Team Red down in 8th, trying to regain some positions. Hawkeye has got some fresh air. Well, not really. He's got James Ney. Gap between Sedan and I've seen battling somewhere. It's these two. It's CDM, who's up to 5th place. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. That's the slow-moving Team Red. Going for another spin. The CDM trying to make a move into the hairpin. Can he get a better run out? He can't. And this truck fireman leaving the session. CDM looks like he's got a better... CDM's on the grass. And he's... looks like he's pushing that Alpha... not the Alpha, sorry, the Haas. As we go down to the straight that leads to 130R. Is CDM going to try and make an overtake? We know he's going to be burning that battery. He's going on the grass, CDM. Into 130R. As we got a fake message come up on Facebook at the same time. Is he going to try and send it? He's not. He's going to stick behind and try and make the move again. Obviously, he's going to have DRS this lap. He's not going to have it down the main straight, though. Obviously, that pit wall as well. You could obviously hit that. But we got CDM and Jen Sereno fighting for positions. There's a lot of battles on track, but this is the closest one at the minute. CDM really wants to get past that Haas, and just putting his car where he needs to keep that Alpine behind. And now we go to the S section. Very difficult. It's all about who has the most downforce through here. As we got another spin in Sector 1. That's it's King James. King James is gone. And that's give James Nay the lead of the race again. And Hawkeye now in a position to get the lead of the race. That's if he can keep up with James Nay. And he's looking like he's doing a fine job. Sen has made a mistake, and that's allowed CDM to make the move. And that's put Jen Serino right on the back of Sen. As we still got the yellow flag in Sector 1. As Kevin Budd moving slowly. And Kevin Budd has just retired from the race. Looks like he's lost it. And that is another... Is that a VSC or is that a safety car? I couldn't see the board. Let's have a look. There's got to be a board up here somewhere. I think it's a VSC. I'm going to assume it's a VSC. I tell you what though, this Alfa Romeo does look so good. Yeah, that's a VSC, surely. Yeah, it is. So we got a second VSC on lap 3 of 27. So that's neutralised the racing yet again. 2 drivers out. So that's all drivers going to score points from now on, apart from Kevin Budd, who retired on this lap. It's a chaotic start to the Japanese Grand Prix as we watch Team Red try and catch up, but he can't currently under the VSC ruling. Mosh has just got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's not going to help his race. DRS is now enabled, so we are green flag again. As we look on board currently with Seddon, who's trying to make his position back against CDM, who is currently just about in DRS of Hawkeye. Obviously, not many people able to join. Some people didn't even make the race today, and they checked in, so that is unfortunate. But currently we got Jason trying to make that position back on CDM. CDM just out of a second of Hawkeye. Hawkeye hanging on the back of James Nay as much as possible. Obviously, I think mathematically James Nay could win Japan with only USA, Mexico. I don't know, there's 4 races left, so I may be wrong actually, so I'm going to stop saying it just in case. But let's have a look. Who have we got fighting? CDM is now closing up on Hawkeye. He's got DRS. Hawkeye does as well though, so it could be a DRS train. Hawkeye taking a lot of curve at the entrance of turn 1. Manages to keep the car in check though and doesn't lose the rear end. Team Red gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits in the process. We got a yellow flag in Sector 1 and that's a Haas around, that's Seddon. So as I said, this track is very easy to spin. It's not going to cause a virtual safety car though. Luckily, Sen is moving again. Yeah, he is moving again as we get a 3-second time penalty for CDM taking liberties on these track limits as he tries to make a move on the outside of the hairpin. Keeps it very narrow. These two going wheel to wheel through the hairpin. Beautiful move there from CDM. And CDM somehow is up to 2nd place. CDM has made so many positions in 5 laps. Could he go on to win the race? How many positions has he gained? He's made 5. So could CDM go on to win this race? He's got James Nay to overtake next. He is already out of ERS. And he's just got to close up on James Nay. But it looks like he's about to set the fastest lap, as I think that was 2 purple sectors from CDM. Let's see what happens now as he crosses the line eventually. With a DRS it is a 133.645. Obviously fastest laps are going to come later on. Who's going to get it is going to be confirmed later on. But these two going through turn 1 and 2. CDM right behind that Aston Martin, sorry. I don't know how I messed that up. I'll probably lose my job in the morning for that. But that's okay. So James Nay now thought he would have a comfortable lead. And it's all turned out wrong for him. As CDM is on the chase. Obviously, I'm pretty sure James Nay has probably got more batteries, but he definitely probably just got a warning there for track limits, but James Nay does have the advantage in terms of he has more battery than CDM. CDM currently running in the number 2, James Nay running the number 2, Kevin Budd also running in the number 2. Everyone might as well just run the number 2 at this point. So obviously Hawkeye, unfortunately, because he was ghosted most of the race last time, did not score any points. So I know my thing is wrong. Oh, sorry. So while them two are battling, let's have a look at King James as he's closing up on Sanchez as they come into 130R and the penultimate couple of corners. We're going to go back to CDM as he's going to have the DRS. James Nay doesn't. Is this going to be an easy move for CDM? He goes to the inside and he's just got past just before the corner, and now he's just got to keep his pace up, and he's got to gain 3 seconds to actually, well, to actually have a chance of winning this race. He's got to keep a 3-second gap at all time. And don't forget, these two still got to pit. Sen's already pit. No, sorry, Mosh had already pit. He went from the soft to the medium. Looks like he might be doing a 2-stop strategy, because I don't think the mediums are going to go to the end. It's going to be interesting to see if they do or not. But it doesn't look like James Nay can actually keep up with CDM at this point. But let's not count out the fact that he hasn't dropped out a DRS yet. He is close to dropping out. Apologies again, I'm very tired today. So it does look like CDM at the minute does have the advantage in terms of he's just escaped DRS, but obviously James Nay does a batteries. King James runs very wide then as Mosh gets a 3-second time penalty. But Sanchez, King James and Genserino all in this fight for 4th position at the minute as Hawkeye gets himself a 3-second time penalty. He hasn't got too much to worry about in terms of gaps, as Genserino is 4 seconds behind, but King James looks like he gets, I don't know, looks like he touched to his curb, but he could get the move on Sanchez, but Sanchez looks like he's going for the move on the outside for turn 1. He's got past easily. Oh, there's contact between the Alfa Romeo. Did King James get involved in that as well? Whereas King James, he did. He just caught the spin in Genserino, and that's Genserino out of the race. And that is a safety car. That is an unfortunate incident. And that's going to ruin CDM's 2-second lead. As now these two both are going to be closed right back up again. That's Genserino out of the race. Two seconds. So there has been some stuff said in the chat. First DNF, Genserino said. James Nay, congrats. You can rest now. I don't actually think... Oh, I don't know. Obviously, James Nay currently sitting on 288 points, I want to say. Should we have a look on the app? Because the spreadsheet has become all sorts of messed up as CDM opts for the hard tyres. So does James Nay. Sanchez opts for the hards as well as Hawkeye up to 3rd in the pits. But I think Sanchez is going to get that 3rd position back. Yeah, he is. Right. Let's have a look. So 88 plus 25. So that's going to be 300. something. So yeah, it's gonna look like. So now that Genserino has DNF'd, I think that is it for the championship. As long as James Ney gets 25 points, then it is pretty much over then for the championship in Japan. Same as real life. It's funny how that works, huh? But don't forget, CDM really pushing that safety car. I don't even think it's going to be in this lap. You don't know, it might be. It came out last lap, so it's definitely not going to be in this lap. The CDM's got that 3-second time penalty to deal with. What are the other penalty situations we got going on? We got Sanchez with 5 seconds. That was for speeding in the pit lane. Hawkpie with 3. Team Red 3. He's going to be looking to try and make up some more positions throughout this race. And we got Mosh on 3 as well. So the majority on 3. Let's have a look. Safety car is not in this lap. So again, let's go back to talking about the game and how it's been pretty much messed up, really. Because Seddon's just got a 5-second time penalty as well now for speeding in the pit lane. Yeah, this game, I think, has really made people lose a lot of interest in F1 league racing. But if you want to see these boys race, don't forget you can subscribe and all of that good stuff. You can also get involved. Go to our About section. We are currently looking for drivers. So if you go to our About section of the YouTube channel page, you can join our Discord server via that link. And we can get you in a seat for next season. And obviously, we won't put you in a seat as there's only 4 races to go. But that's not saying you can't reserve and race, because you can. Until the end of the season. And then first come, first serve basically will be put in to a seat. And now we're hoping F1 2023 is better. We're going to have different tracks to race as well in terms of Qatar. Don't know if they're going to add any DLC tracks like they have to this one. Next season might see the return of Portugal as well. We don't know yet. It's not guaranteed. But we could see Portugal. I think the safety car is in this lap. The whole field has bunched up. CDM hasn't got the message, or I haven't had the message, but he is letting us say, there it is, the safety car is in this lap. So CDM now is the de facto safety car as he controls the pace of the field on this restart. Let's hope nobody collides with each other, because we know what some people are like, but CDM... It's going to be interesting to see when CDM goes. Is he going to drop it too early and did what I did a few seasons back?
Gens cause the SC.
It did, yes, Genserino. I said I don't think it was your fault. I see there was contact and Spun and King James collected you as well, so it can't be helped sometimes. But Hawkpie, great restart as he gets a move on Sanchez. James Ney falling back again from CDM, so CDM had a great restart. Drunk Pilot, Sanchez, sorry, falling back. Team Red, great move. Drunk Pilot has retired. How was he retired? And
my first DNF of the season, and first no points since Miami said.
That is unfortunate for you. You were on a great run of points. Like as you said, Miami. That's how many races ago now? Jesus. Sadly, yeah, the championship was still on for you as well, up until obviously the unfortunate DNF tonight. There was still a chance, you just had to win every race. It is unfortunate. And the whole field now is also separated by a second at least.
Championship was always gonna be difficult, haha.
It was, but who knows? There's always next season. Hopefully we can, with the shorter calendar next season as well, so it'd be a little bit nicer for us all, to be honest.
I think if James Ney gets second, he is champion.
Let's have a look. 288 points currently. I think you're right there, can't lie. Anybody for, oh, Hawkeye on the back of James Ney. Someone's in the pits for soft tyres already. That's Mosh. There's talks about Tier 1 being postponed at the minute. Not sure what that's about. Sanchez has left the session. We've only got 7 cars remaining. Obviously, not a full grid today. Last weekend we had more drivers, but sadly we couldn't stream it because of my issues I had with the electric. Hawkeye currently on the chase for James Ney. Obviously, James Ney can wrap up the championship this week. If he just has to finish in second, if Jen Sereno's maths is right. But obviously he'd like to, you know, secure it and get first place, just to 100% make sure tonight. But you know, it can't always happen that way. As we do now have DRS enabled, so Hawkeye will get the luxury of using that in the next DRS zone. Where is the next DRS zone on this track? Is it just the one? It is, isn't it? Interesting. Right, so the Hawkeye is on the close. 4 tenths behind, 5 tenths. Keeping within that gap, King James also joining them. Obviously got to repair his wing under that safety car. And CDM has pulled a 3-second gap, which is what he needs to win this race. But let's be honest, CDM's chance of winning this championship is well over. CDM currently sitting down in 12th. So if he wins the race, it's just a consolation win, really. But he's going to try and want to win as many as possible. As we have Hawkeye now with the chance of an overtake with DRS. King James also there with... Oh, has he missed the DRS? He hasn't. King James just gets it, but he's too far to make an overtake. Hawkeye, no ERS at the minute. Is he still going to be able to make a move? He can't. He's right behind James Ney now, though. So that's going to be James Ney vulnerable next lap round. Unless Hawkeye makes a mistake or falls a little bit further back than he already is. But other than that, CDM not entirely keeping that gap at 3 seconds. He wants to pick up the pace a little bit if he wants any chance. And I mean any chance of winning this race. Because 3 seconds, yeah, that's enough, but it's not safe. It can always fall in just enough for James Ney to still win. As Hawkeye is now 6 tenths back, he wants to pick up the pace a bit in these next couple of corners. especially if he wants to make that overtake. King James is falling back slightly now. Now Mosh is currently sitting 38 seconds back, bless him. He's trying his best. Got a message from Mr. Head of League himself, Jim. So, Hawkeye now with the DRS, sorry I was just sending a message. He's too far back though, James. They managed just to pull enough of a gap. This time around to keep him behind, and looks like he's going to keep him behind again if he keep pulling that gap in sectors 2 and 3 like he's been doing. No, he's fine. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. That's a spin. Who's that? That's King James is around. Not out the race. Doesn't look like there's any damage on that AlphaTauri. But he has spun as we got Sen in the pits for a set of medium tyres. That's really going to help his pace, and they will go to the end from now. As we have another yellow flag in sector 1. King James is around again. Hawkeye now dropped back a second. As we see Mosh retire. In the pits. That is Mosh out of the race. I don't think it's going to be a safety car. It's going to be interesting to see where that is. We probably won't see where that is. I think it's in the pits. As we've only got 6 drivers left, so all we got to do is get to the end, and it's guaranteed a lot of points for people. If I was a Mosh, I'd have just carried on a little bit longer. Hold on, what? I don't know. Mosh could have carried on a little bit longer until he got to about 75% to still be eligible for points. He'd still get 7. Well, the points were 7, so that's what? That's 1, 2, 4, 6 points. Yeah, 6, 8, 10, 12, I think. I think my math is right there in points. It should be. If it's not, it's going to be very underwhelming. We got a race day check coming in. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sanchez, he said in the Discord. Finally, I get some decent pace and retire. That is unfortunate. Right, so it's a big gap now. Obviously, there's not much going on. Not the most exciting Grand Prix we've had here at OBF1. We normally have more CDMs safely out of that 3-second gap. That's going to be a very quick highlight. So CDM, very unfortunate season this. Yeah, so as I was saying, CDM, very unfortunate season. Fell down to tier 2. Well, he asked because he didn't think his pace was good enough, clearly showing otherwise, but he is currently sitting 12th in the standings. And if we have a look at his race performances, Bahrain, he didn't participate in Bahrain, didn't make it. Jeddah was a DNF, Australia was a DNF, Imola was a DNF, Miami he finished P17, Spain was a DNF. Then he finally got a bit of luck in Monaco, finishing P2, and then Azerbaijan, he got probably one of the best races of his season so far, and he got P1 and the fastest lap, as King James gets himself a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Canada again though, his streak of DNFs continued, and then in Great Britain he finished 12th, got the fastest lap, but obviously no points for the fastest lap, sorry mate. Austria he didn't participate, France he got P8, Hungary again P8 with the fastest lap, and then Belgium was a DNF, he's missed Netherlands and Italy, and then Singapore he got P3. So obviously not the greatest, but then we look at Mosh, who's got 13th in Bahrain, Jeddah was a DNF, Australia DNF, Imola DNF, Miami he got 9th, Spain DNF, Monaco DNF, Baku was 5th, it was a great race, and that's his best race this season was Baku. As we've got a Hawkeye in 4/10, James Nay's made a mistake somewhere. Oh, Hawkeye's just nailed it this lap, and he goes down the inside for turn 1. He's going to keep it on the inside for turn 2. He can't get that position though. James Nay just sticks ahead. As we have some battling going on. Didn't even notice that gap close. Again, Flames Assassin not having the best of seasons. Obviously joined tier 2 in Spain, DNF, Monaco DNF. Didn't participate in the next 2 races. In Great Britain he got 2nd, Austria he got 2nd, Hungary got 7th, didn't participate in France. Hungary 2nd, Netherlands he DNF'd and he hasn't participated in Italy or Singapore. Was supposed to be here tonight but didn't show up, so that will be another attendance points for the lad. So look at the reserves. Amateur Ben is no longer racing. Mangred Devil we haven't seen for a while. He raced at Austria, he got a P10 for Ferrari, got a point for Ferrari. Mohammed Gunnar also hasn't raced, but a Hawkeye on the inside of the penultimate corner. What a great move there. Who's going to have the DRS now though? Is that going to be Hawkeye still, or is that going to be James Nay? It's James Nay with the DRS to make an easy move with that DRS. Oh, it's not as easy as I thought, as he just about gets the lead at 2nd place. Hawkeye making a bit of a mistake getting on the curve there. That's very unfortunate for him. But Team Red has joined this battle, so Team Red's entered the chat now. And is looking hungry to make up some places. Made a bit of a mistake to drop back out of a 2nd again though. As we're on lap 20 now. Seddon's just, I think he's just happy with P6. He's chilling right at the back. He knows he's just got to finish this race to get points. So he's going to be happy with that. Let's have a look. Who else? Kevin Budd only joined us in the Netherlands. P7, P5. DNF for Singapore and sadly DNF'd again today. But he will hopefully be sticking around for next season. Kenner left the league. I'm not sure why, but he has left. And he was on a great spell of a couple of wins. Obviously, James Nay's championship domination has come from the pure consistency he's had this season. Obviously, I know he's sitting in second now, 8 seconds behind CDM, who looks comfortable with only a few laps left. Still unaware if there's going to be rain or not, but it doesn't look likely as of right now. But let's just have a look at it. We'll stick with Hawkeye, James Ney, and Team Red. But where is he? Let's have a look. James Ney, he got 5th in Bahrain, 2nd in Jeddah, 1st at Australia, 2nd at Imola, 5th at Miami, 2nd again in Spain, 1 again then in Monaco. And he was also the first driver this season to actually get 2 wins, and it happened in Monaco. 2nd was Baku, as Hawkeye is looking very close to James Ney. It's going to be interesting to see if he can make a move on the next DRS straight or even before 130R. 3rd at Canada, 6th and 4th at Great Britain and Austria, 2nd at France, 2nd at Hungary, 4th with the fastest lap at Belgium. He didn't participate in the Netherlands, but he's got 1st and 1st again at Italy and Singapore. So he's the driver with the most wins of 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, he's level on wins with Kenna. But obviously, turning up for more races and finishing higher in more. As Hawkeye just doesn't look close enough to make the move again on the main straight. He's going to try again. Team Red just enjoying this, waiting for one of them to make a mistake and hopefully collect more positions and get that final podium position. Obviously, James Ney without any time penalties. What are the other time penalties? Hawkeye's got 6. So if Hawkeye overtakes James Ney, he's going to make 6 seconds up on him in only a couple of laps. For Team Red's not so bad. He's got 3 seconds. So that's not so bad for them too. But again, CDM 8 seconds. He's looks like he's going to go and win this race. As we've got Team Red still closing. Hawkeye only 5/10. Can he make the move as they come on to the next straight? Is he going to try and make a dive into the... Oh, he's not, but he is right on the back now. That was great late braking there from Hawkeye. Managing to slow his car down enough to get right behind, but he's got a poor line out at the final corner. Is he going to have enough to make a move? He's not. He's going to be staying behind for another lap. And Team Red still just waiting patiently for these two to make a mistake. Sticking within the DRS and hoping for the best. Oh, I dropped my controller. So Hawkeye right behind James Ney. But again, he gets to this point of the track and then he just falls back a bit. He wants to try and stay off that curb. He's losing a bit of time on that curb. And again, for a poor race, CDM is going to cross the line shortly in about 5 seconds to go on to lap 24 of this race, 24 of 27. Unfortunately, it's looking like it's been a pretty boring race for you guys, but Right, King James though with the fastest lap. As Hawkpie still trying to make the move on James Ney. The only interesting thing really that's happened in this race. And the CDM fancies slowing down a bit and making this race a bit more interesting and giving himself 2 laps to pull 3 seconds. What is his time penalty situation? Is it still 3? It's 6. CDM's gap no longer not looking so secure. James Ney needs to put his foot down. He's 2 seconds behind the lead. Well, P1. So James Ney might want to let Hawkpie pass and use the DRS to then again, I think Hawkpie might slow him down because Hawkpie is now falling back. This is an enthralling race at the ages, filled with excitement, as Hawkpie has now dropped 1.3, but Team Red right behind Hawkpie for that final podium position. Is he going to be able to make that move? Let's have a look. He's already got that podium if he can stay this close. But he's trying to make the move. He can't make it this lap. He's going to try again next lap. But James Ney has put his foot down now. He is catching CDM a little bit. So this win is going to go down as we go. CDM has retired from the session. CDM is out of the race. CDM's lost it. He just handed James Ney the championship. A CDM DNFs on lap 25. 2 laps to go. We won't see a safety car. But that has handed James Ney the Tier 2 championship in OBF1. And that's just handed J7 10 points. CDM leaves the session. There was 2 laps remaining and CDM is out of the race. As Hawkpie has got so Hawkpie right behind James Ney. 2 laps to go. We're on the penultimate lap now. So it looks like Hawkpie could potentially take a win. Well, he's not going to take a win. He's got 6 seconds of penalties. Unless he can gain 6 seconds in a couple of laps. But he needs to pull a gap on Team Red in this last lap at least of 3 seconds. Otherwise, he's just going to drop out. Oh wait, no, because CDM retired, so they've both got podiums anyway. King James and Seddon both just going to finish this race and be happy it's over with. As we head on to the last lap, James Ney, 1 more lap, and that's championship confirmed for the lad. As he heads round the first 2 corners for the last time on this Wednesday evening. Through the S section, nice and calm. He wants to keep a cool head. As we look at the beautiful sight of that Aston Martin. as we come. We got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's Seddon, who has made another mistake by the looks of it, but he's still going to get 10 points regardless. Looks like he was trying to go for the fastest lap, and I don't think after that mistake he's... Oh, he was in sector 3, sorry. No, he was in sector 2. So is he he's not a lap down, so he's going to be going on for one more lap. It's going to be interesting to see if he can set the fastest lap of the race on the final lap. Who currently has the fastest lap? Let's have a look at the fastest lap. As we got King James with a 1:32.09 with the fastest lap, and Hawkpie is very... Oh, he cuts the grass a little bit, trying to make a move on James Ney. Can't do it though as they go into the penultimate corner. Can he get a better run out and cross line? He cuts the corner a bit. That's a Charles Leclerc move there. Oh, but James Ney crosses the line to become the Tier 2 championship of the first season in F1 22. That is James Ney now sitting in the Hall of Fame in OBF1. Hawkpie P3 at the end. Team Red just jumped him with that penalty to go P2 for the first time, I think. And that's King James now across the line. We've got Seddon, who is pushing, using a lot of VRS. Let's have a look at the lap data. Can he set the fastest lap as we go through Spoon's corner? He's just got to keep it stable. Missed the apex slightly. Could have gone a bit closer. He is still using overtake. It's just glitched a bit. Is he going to be able to set the fastest lap as we come to the end of sector 2? Is a purple sector 2 for Seddon as we come to the penultimate corner. And he's going to take a nice line through there. Looks like he does it nicely. Doesn't cut it. He's going to stick right because he wants that fastest lap. He's going to cross the line, and that is that enough? I didn't see a fastest lap message, but is that enough? As Team Red rightfully gets driver of the day, did Sen get the fastest lap of the race? We'll find out as soon as this game loads. Let's have a look. So that's your championship leader, James Ney. He didn't send, just missed out. Well, I say just, he's a couple of tenths off, but that is unfortunate for Seddon, who has missed out on the fastest lap for an extra point. That is unfortunate. CDM luckily just gets points. He's classed as 3 laps down, so he did enough for the race to get points, but that is unfortunate. We'll see you guys hopefully for a better race at the US next week.